Do you ever find yourself getting stuck in your head? Like, no matter what, you can't stop thinking about something? Or maybe it's that you're always thinking about everything and you just can't seem to stop? It's such a popular knowing nowadays that our thoughts create our reality. But if your thoughts are always caught up in the monkey mind and always jumping around and thinking about so many different things, then that means that in your life, most likely you're finding that you're stuck in some sort of way. So today we're going to talk about the key to success in life with three super powerful tools that are going to allow you to snap out of it and get focused and stay to the end. Because at the end, I have one amazing tip that's really going to change your reality and allow you to step into your mastery, mastering your mind and not having your mind master you. So real quick, before we actually jump in, let's talk about why you want to get out of the mind, right? Out of that headspace. The mind works in patterns, right? It works based on past precedent. And because it's always thinking comparatively to the past, it's always in this looping pattern, right? The mind just loops and loops. It likes to stay comfortable, right? Within the mind, we find the ego, and that's a really big term that we use in the spiritual community. And although the ego has its rightful place, it many times it works to keep us within that looping pattern because it's familiar, it's comfortable. So in essence, when we're in the mind space, especially when we're in that chaos of like trying to figure something out or trying to understand something or trying to make a decision, the mind loops in its patterns and it jumps from the left brain to the right brain, from the logical mind to more of the receptive mind. And it never has a central point to land into, but rather is jumping back and forth, hence the monkey mind. And the ego within the mind loves to try and keep us as safe as possible, which means it encourages us to stay within those patterns because those patterns are familiar. So getting out of the mind and getting out of that headspace actually opens us up to more infinite possibilities. It also helps to settle the energy down so that we can gain more clarity. So now that we talked about why, let's talk about how, and let's get into the first tool that you can use in order to attain that clarity and get out of the headspace. Number one is the quantum technique, and I love this technique. It's super simple, and it can help you to get out of the headspace in a snap. So what you do is you take one finger and you take the second finger. And what you can do is you take your fingers outward and you try to focus on both fingers at the same time. Now, the best thing to really do with this is to feel into that finger. So you might want to put one finger on one knee and the other finger on the other knee. So in essence, you have your hands on your knees and you are focusing into the feeling of each finger on the knee. And what that does is it brings you into the quantum space, the no space. It brings you into a great place of clarity because the mind is caught up trying to feel each separate finger at the same time. It's a really nifty trick. I suggest that you pause here and you try it right now. So this is really a great technique to use if you want to just get out of the mind space in a snap and just calm yourself, calm the mind down. It's also a great practice to do when you're going into meditation. And if you can think of any other great way that you'd like to use it or that you have found in using it, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so technique number two. This is one that I've been using, gosh, for probably well over 30 years now. And what it is what I love to do and brings so much relief is write it all out, whatever it is that's in your mind. So if say you had a really stressful conversation with somebody that maybe got a little heated and then you walked away from it and you're like just thinking like, oh, what you should have said, what you should have done, how you should have reacted, so on and so forth, and you just can't seem to get that out of your mind, you may want to sit down and just write out all your thoughts, all your feelings, everything you wanted to say, everything that you feel like you should have done. And what that does is it channels it out of the mental plane, brings it into the physical, through the physical body as you're writing, and voila, you find relief. This is also a great technique to do before going to sleep, or even if you have some sort of insomnia or you can't sleep at night and you find your mind going, just going and writing down everything that, is running through you, or whatever thoughts are pandering in your mind as you're trying to go to sleep. Writing it out literally clears your fields and allows you to settle in and get out of that mind space. And so the third tool or technique is Hara. That's Hara. So this technique takes practice and it takes time to cultivate. But I promise you that if you take the time and you practice, you will find yourself being a master, embodied, and grounded, with your mind focused and still and available for all the magic and miracles, all the synchronicities, and all the mastery of awareness that a true master can embody in physical form. So Hara is a practice. I have actually a video of it, and I will link it down below for you to view, where you can learn more about Hara. But in essence, what it is it's a very grounding embodiment practice where you focus your energy while your eyes are open. You focus in on a single point of focus and you clear the mind. So you're just literally focusing in. And then as you are focusing in on your point of focus, so say it's a doorknob, or say it's a wrinkle in the carpet, you look at it, you focus in on it, you're grounded, you're in your body, and then every time a thought comes, you just kind of wipe it down and away. Wipe it down and away. And this is a very powerful embodiment practice, because what it actually does is it's an eyes open practice. So you are here, you are aware, you're in the world, but you are completely focused within you, right? All your fields open and you're focused in you. And what happens is, as you practice this and practice this more and more, it becomes your default way of being. And then you are just there, you're available, you're aware, you get amazing downloads, insights, higher understandings, and you are in a calm, grounded place. And that lends to the rest of your life. So as chaos is happening all around you, you are focused, you are still, you are grounded, you're like the oak, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful practice. And again, I strongly encourage you to watch that video on Hara to get all the details on how you can master this practice. Okay, so now for this extra amazing tip for you, and yay, you made it all the way to the end. And I just want to thank you so much for being here with me and for sharing the journey from my heart to yours. So this amazing tip that is a true success to life is, when you're out of the head, you can drop into the heart. And the heart is your truth. It is your power source. And when you are in your heart and not in your head, that's where true truth and clarity come from. And from the heart space is where you get that true direction and guidance of your higher self, your higher being. If you want to say God, infinite intelligence, the fields of intelligence, the infinite one creator. Your heart is quite literally a portal, connection to that higher mind. And when you access information from the higher mind, you are accessing the very highest and best guidance and direction that's going to lead you on your very highest timeline reality, where you can make your dreams come true. So how do we do this? How do we actually access the heart? Well, first and foremost is do the practices, either the one of the quantum technique, or doing Hara, or writing out everything that's in your head, channeling out through your body to gain that clarity. And then from that clear place, you could take a few breaths and just focus in on your body, focus in on your heart, and just breathe in and out through the heart for a couple of breaths. And really land into the heart, into that calm, warm, nurturing place. And don't worry if you can't feel the calm, warmth, or the nurturing, but just get a sense of stillness, right? Get a sense of landing into the heart space, right? And once you're in there, you can bring in a question if you want to. You could bring in a concern into the heart. And this is a practice. This is like a muscle that you need to build. But I promise you that if you practice that every day, if you practice some sort of technique that works for you, that helps you to calm the mind down, and you get into that still, quiet place, right? Either through breath or just focusing into the body or whatever works for you. And then you bring in whatever question, concern, idea into the heart space, right? So say you're not sure if you should take this new job, or you're not sure if you should leave a relationship, right? Any of those kind of questions you can bring in from that still, quiet place into the heart and let the heart speak to you. And the heart speaks through feeling, emotion, intuition. And this is really where the magic happens, because we clear through all the BS of the mind, so to speak, right? All the programs and all the conditioning and all the chaos that we can find in our minds as it bops around from idea to idea. The heart creates that single point landing place. And if you practice just bringing these things into there when you're still in quiet to the best of your ability, you will find that over time, you will start to understand the language of your heart. Your heart will tell you what is right for you, what is not right for you. It'll help you to discern what is best for you truly through the heart. And it's about building a sensitivity there. And that only happens with practice and time. But I assure you that if you invest into your heart, right, even just a few times a day, just practicing bringing something into your heart, and see, do you feel like a warm, expansive feeling? That's a yes. If you feel more of a closed off, kind of like pullback feeling, that's a no. And just being still and quiet there, you can start to get ideas. Maybe like something will pop into your mind. It could be a picture, an image, an impression. Again, just a thought or an idea. And just bringing consciousness to those things, those energies, those ideas that come to you. Over time, you will find that you can answer anything for yourself and be able to step into decisions that are more aligned truly with your heart and with your soul and with your very highest potential. So that's it for today. I hope that this helped you. Please, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this information and this sharing today. Much love to you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.